Good afternoon, parents. And a very, very warm welcome to the new Mody girls. There are still parents who are yet to report, but we are holding the orientation session twice a day for parents and the new girls so that you get familiarized with the rules and regulations and what goes on in the Mody School day after day tirelessly. There will be separate sections presented by separate people to make you aware not just of the code and conduct, but the extracurricular activities, the co-curricular, I must say, the academic endeavors that we are putting in, the clubs that we have, the sports facilities, and all kinds of possible opportunities for our young girls to strive, to be confident, to speak their mind, is all going to be showcased in front of you. Unfortunately or fortunately, the class 10 examinations and class 12 examinations have got extended because of the elections which took place. And as a result, there may be some issues with the hostels presently because our class 12 girls, which are 248 in number, have not vacated the hostels. Their last examination is on the 28th of April. Till last year, they would vacate the hostel at the end of March. But because of the elections, the schedule for ICSE as well as CBSE got a little extended. So there may be, for some of you, we're trying to reduce the shifting, but some girls may have to shift another time, the second time, to another hostel once we have these class 12 hostels vacated, cleaned, and painted again. So for the time being, we are placing the girls in hostels which are close by to the school, but eventually these girls get shifted according to the stream that they opt for. Class 12, class 11 girls at the moment are not present here, those who are going to be admitted into class 11. At the moment, I can only see girls ranging from class 3 to class 9. So before I hand over the mic to my teachers who will take over the presentation, I would once again like to welcome all parents and the new Mody girls. Mody School is a world of opportunities. It is now for each one of you to figure out to what extent do you want to make those opportunities yours? To what extent do you want to succeed? And to what extent do you want to be confident enough with all kinds of skills of the 21st century to march forward in this world which is so uncertain in itself? So welcome once again. Sujata, may I now call you?
Thank you, ma'am. Well, what we consider important here, as ma'am said, shaping the personality of a child and building character, making her strong where it counts. So we are very strong on ethics. Our entire system is designed in such a way, the activities that they are going to be involved in are definitely going to make them more principled and more caring for other people as well, beside themselves. So character building is a very important part of our education system here. I'm sure it is so in many other schools also, but we lay a great deal of stress here. Now, as ma'am had said, we are affiliated to two educational curriculum. One is the CBSE, and we have from a CBSE curriculum which is followed from class 3 to class 12. And in 11th and 12th, we offer 3 streams, humanities, science, and commerce. And obviously, the girls over here are quite young. They're not yet old enough to, make that choice yet. So when they come to class 11, they will be able to know what they are best suited for. So the CBSE has also undergone a few changes. It has been revamped again. We have done away with the CCE pattern, whereby the syllabus had been divided into divisions. It had been divided into little pieces, and the tests and assessments had been conducted accordingly. But now, with the CC having done away with, we are now going to have year-end exams which will cover their entire syllabus. So some of the children who are coming to class 9, maybe who were following the CCE pattern in class 8, will find it a little different now. Not difficult, a little different. But yes, it is going to cover the entire syllabus at the end. So obviously academics will take a very, it's going to become very important now, along with, of course, all the other activities. We also run the IBDP, or the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, for age group 16 to 19. This can be opted for after completing class 10. And this is an international curriculum, as you can see. And once the child has qualified, she is eligible to take admission to global universities and colleges, which is recognized worldwide. And for more information on IBDP, we have got, I think, more details in our prospectus also. And we have our IBDP coordinator, Ms. Krishna Man, who can also give you more information on this if it is of interest to you or to anyone who is known to you. Boarding life is an experience unto itself. Those of you children, I'm talking to the girls here, little girls who are here, young girls. If you are coming to a boarding school for the very first time in your life, you are really in for an exciting experience, because there is no day school which can offer you the gamut of activities and events, the opportunities which a boarding school offers you. You are here we are here with us 24/7, and you are engaged in something or the other the whole time that you're here. As you can see, we provide security, counseling, everything that is which children need to make themselves feel at home. You will, I'm very, very certain that after a little while here with us on the campus, the children start to feel that this is indeed another home for them, because they find everything, they are within their comfort zone, and they find that there is little which they have, which they miss at home, except their parents. Rest of everything else is, being provided here. The wardens, once you have all been allotted hostels, you will be under the care of a warden. She is going to be like a mother, a mentor, an older sister, call her what you may, but she is going to be the single most important person for the child, because everything, she is a confidant, she is everyone for the child. And we encourage all children here to confide in their wardens, to be close to them and not hide anything from them if they want to have a really, a home-like experience which they want. And wardens are, of course, fully equipped to deal with all kinds of situations which your child may face. They are very experienced. They have been doing this for a long time. And so I would feel that, your child is going to be in very good hands. Besides the warden, there is also other adult personnel who would be there to take care of the children. There are maids, there are ANMs who are trained nurses also. So any medical issue or any problem, anything at all, is well taken care of, besides the infirmary, the clinic that we also have. So little things which a child may, not exactly suffer, but have difficulty in, can be dealt with within the hostel itself. As you can see, we have some pictures for you. We have, all kinds of things going on in the hostels. We have meditations in the morning and in the evening also, where the children gather around in the square, which is called, and they have a small evening meditation after sports before they go for dinner. There's an infirmary which is there to take complete medical care of your child. That also runs 24/7. We have trained doctors, resident doctors, lady doctors who are on the campus, and of course, completely trained nursing staff. Now we come to something very important. If you are, leaving your children today in the hostels, if you're dropping them off today itself or tomorrow, whenever, please make sure, I mean, this is something that we have over the years seen that it works very well. For the next 10 to 12 days, we request you not to speak directly to the child. You may contact the warden. She is available to take your calls, to give you information on how she's settling in, how she's coping with the system. And but we request you to be a little patient. 10 to 12 days, of course, that's the maximum period which we give you. Very often the child settles in much earlier than that. But the first call that will be made to you is going to come from the warden, whereby she is going to make you talk to the child only after a period of 10 to 12 days. So maybe she will be, your child might be sitting next to the warden, but you will not be able to speak to her directly. But that doesn't matter. The first time when she speaks to you, there might be tears, there might be some emotional, she might not be able to speak to you also properly, but that is also very normal. We have seen it happen, and we have seen the child ride over those early days when she is trying to settle in. So that's not going to be a problem. That's not going to be an obstacle in her settling in finally. Only if you give that period of time. Once the child settles in, that would be, as I said, about a week or 10 days. The warden will make the call for you, and you can talk to her. Then every week she will talk to you. Again, the warden making the call. Once this period is over, of course, they come back in July, and it's going to be back to square one. So July will also be a period of adaptation for your child again. I mean, having spent almost 2 months at home during the vacation. So in effect, the actual system comes into effect only in August, where you will be, where a child, in a hostel, a child is given four turns to speak to you on a weekly basis. So that means, and Saturdays and Sundays, you can also talk to her. So that makes it almost 5 or 6 calls in a month. But that will, of course, come into effect only from August. Of course, if you're not asking, we are requesting you not to make the call for this period of time, we will also request you not to come and visit the children until May. So once they are here with us, it's just about 6 weeks before, 5 weeks in fact, before the school breaks for the summer vacation. And we request you not to come and visit her during this period, especially for those of you who are in the vicinity, who are not very far from our school, who are in the locality. Because again, I'm telling you, this is going to be a settling in period for your child, and sometimes it becomes a little more difficult if constant visiting and calling is made by you. So once you are, I'm sure you've got some papers from the office, and there are 2 visiting cards there, which you have to fill in duplicate. And there are 4 pictures and addresses and other details, phone numbers, email IDs, which you will have to provide to us. And we will only make these people, people who you have authorized, come to visit the child or take her for an outing. Besides these 4, it is if you want somebody else to come and visit her, maybe you will get to know each other. Maybe many of you might belong to the same place, and you're not able to come. You want your friend or somebody who you know, but whose picture is not on the identification card. Then we would want you to send us an authority letter through an email, whereby you give all the details of the person who you wish your daughter to meet or go on an outing with. But ideally, we would want you to send or come only, send only those people whose pictures you are putting on the visiting card. Please make sure that both these cards are completed and sent to us within 10 days. If you have got all the details right now with you, then you may submit them in the office or to the warden right now. Otherwise, within 10 days, please do the needful. Visitors are only allowed once, of course. This is, again, I'm at the risk of repeating myself. This is only going to be from August. Saturdays and Sundays, as the first and third Saturdays and Sundays are visiting days and outing days. So you may come on this is also mentioned in the calendar. So you may come on Saturday, maybe after school, and maybe take her for a night out and bring her back on Sunday. So this is only on the first and the third Saturdays and Sundays, and other weekdays you will not be allowed to meet your child. We also want, I think there was a gentleman here yesterday who had asked me why male members are not allowed in the hostel. Of course, they are not just any male members, which I respect. They are fathers. But there are rules because there are other girls in the hostel also. So it's just a matter of privacy, which we want them to acknowledge and respect. So there may be, the female members, the aunts, the sisters, the mothers, as I said yesterday, are most welcome to settle in the child. But again, I would want the male members to refrain from entering the hostel. Ma'am is here. I think the gentleman here, I think you had wanted to know that? Yeah. Were you here yesterday? Yeah, you requested that. Yes, yes. So I conveyed your message to ma'am also.
Can we have the mic, please? Yes, ma'am. We could take the questions a little later. Let's just finish the presentation. Can I just speak? Okay. Dear parents, there's one thing that I want to add up here. The visiting days have been clearly specified. Please ensure that you only visit on the given Saturday or Sunday. If you visit on a weekday, you may be refrained from entering the gate. The school has to go on. And if parents come on weekdays, now some of you are eminent businessmen, some of you are very religious, some of you may be passing to go towards Salasar or Khatu Shamji, or your relatives must be passing. We get lots and lots of requests of allowing the girl child to meet so-and-so relative, so-and-so relative. I would like to remind you that we send our girls, I'm calling all the girls now my girls, we send our girls to you, to their parents to reconnect for around 3 months in a year. Trust us, if you have sent your child to us, your visiting or relative visiting does no good to the child or to the school. Now coming on to your question, sir, though I would have liked to answer it towards the end. You may be a father to your own child, but you also understand that this is an all-girls school. With due respect to every male member present, there is a very, very thin line between human and animal instinct. If your child is precious to you, all the 850 girls who live on this campus are probably more precious to me. And we have a vision and a dream for every child. So we respect your feeling, and I understand where you are coming from. But for the security of every child, whether she is in class 3 or class 12, boys and male members are not allowed to enter the campus. Something else that I would like to add up. Please do not pay anyone in school for any undue favors. You've paid the fee, you've paid the money that the school requires from you to take care of the girls. Thereafter, for any undue favor, you do not have to pay anyone on campus. Please refrain from giving gifts to people who take care of your child. There is a no gift policy in school. We do not accept gifts. You understand that people working in the school come from different economic stratas. So we have people who are also baijis and sweepers. And obviously, because of the skill that they are utilizing to earn their livelihood, their salaries are going to be comparatively less. Do not try to bribe anybody to take extra care of your girl. Inherently, you are teaching your girl to bribe people. Don't do it. Do not pay anywhere in this school if you do not end up getting a receipt for the payment. Whatever you pay for, please do take the receipts and avoid from these extra favors. A lot of times I'm approached by people and I'm told that, and this only happens when the child gets caught doing something illegal. And then the parent has no problem till the child is caught. But then the parent approaches and says, but you know, I've been taking so much of care of so-and-so, we gave so this and we gave that. You gave it on your own accord. And you broke the school rules. I want you to get it very firmly imprinted in your minds that you are equally important stakeholders for this institution. If we are important to you and to your daughters, you are equally important. We cannot do anything for these girls if you are not on the same page of moral character as we are. Together we have to bring up these girls. The value system that we are trying to imbibe in these girls, the same you must try at your end when we send our girls back in vacations to you. I will keep adding on what comes to my mind. I've just come back from traveling. I was abroad. So whatever comes to my mind, I will keep adding. So Sujata will carry on with the presentation.
As you know that if you've read the prospectus, you'll know that we have two vacations, longish vacations. One is the summer break and the other is the Diwali break. So we request you to pick up your child only on the day that the school closes and drop them on the day that it reopens, and not ask for an extended vacation, send us emails or letters asking permission to extend the vacation due to a medical problem or a marriage in the family. Please make sure that these functions or any appointments with the doctors are done away with during the vacations and not after or before. Otherwise also, we allow one outing per term. We have 2 terms. One is from April to Diwali, and the second is from Diwali to March. And you can take your child for a brief outing, provided there is some function. If you have a function at home, you can send us a card, a wedding card, either email it or scan it or send it as you please. And then please do call the warden up and find out whether the outing has been sanctioned or not. Simply sending an email doesn't amount to permission being granted. So these are little bit, little things that you have to do if you want to ask for leave. Of course, the depositing of the fee also. One is we take 2 fees in the 2 installments. One is paid right now during the time of admission, and the other one is in September and October. So we will be sending you some reminders, but kindly see to it that the fee is paid on time. I already told you about the infirmary that we have, the clinic, where we have medical
Sir, I would just like to add to the previous point ma'am said that we also provide the pick and drop facility. So if the second term fee is not paid, and if you want the child to be picked up from the airport after returning from the Diwali vacation, so we will not provide that facility. It must be very clear to all our parents, unless and until the fees is paid, the pickup facility your child will not get. So there the child would be at a problem. So kindly ensure that the fees is paid on time. Ma'am will continue.
Of course, we want that your child should remain in the best of health on the campus as long as she's with us. But of course, with change of season, sometimes you find that the children come down with mild fever, cold and cough, or pains, stomach ache or headaches or whatever. These little problems are not going to be conveyed to you every single time your child starts to cough or comes down with mild fever. But in case there is the illness is of a serious nature, a more serious nature, we will be the first people to inform you about it, and you can talk to our resident doctor and find out more details about the problem. You can also consult your own doctor and then advise us whether we can continue with the course of treatment, or would you like to give your own suggestions to it. What I'm trying to say is that your child's health is of paramount importance to us. Therefore, we have to be on the same page here. Sometimes, initially at least, your child might feel a little discomfort because all this is going to be new for her. When you talk to her, she might complain of certain ailments, and you may become anxious sitting so many miles away. Please do contact us, the warden or the warden in charge, anyone, and find out. I mean, the authorities will be giving you proper numbers, telephone numbers, and find out what is the real picture. And do not go by what your daughter tells you or what you get to know from any other quarter, any other source. Please do get in touch with the authorities to get to know what is actually wrong with her, or maybe there's nothing wrong with her at all. We have a number of activities on the campus which will keep your child busy and also help her to grow in myriad ways, and to let you know how gainfully and fruitfully we keep our children engaged, I would request Priyanka ma'am to come and continue with the presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaskar, everybody. I would like to brief you on the co-curricular activities which we have in our school. Co-curricular activities, excuse me. Co-curricular activities are an integral part of any school, because co-curricular activities help in the development of leadership qualities and self-confidence. Here in our school, we allow our children to participate in co-curricular activities which are held not only in English and Hindi, but in Sanskrit and some foreign languages like French, German, Spanish, etc. They participate in activities which are held at intra-school level, inter-school, and district, state, national, as well as international level. See, the basic aim behind co-curricular activities is to develop their personality, develop confidence in them so that they are ready to take challenges of their lives. I would now like to throw some light on some important co-curricular activities which are here in our school. International Award for Young People. It is also known as the Duke of Edinburgh's International Award. It is a world's leading achievement award for young people, and anybody of the age from 14 to 24 can participate in this award. This award is basically for individual challenge. An individual has to work for himself or herself, and it will not be for some specific standards which are set by somebody else. And this is something which gives self-satisfaction to the child or to anybody who takes part in this award. I take pride in announcing that our school, the Mody School, has been declared as an authorized Yes Center for the award. Yes Center is the Youth Engaging Society, wherein anybody from outer area can also participate in this award. And this award has 3 levels, that is bronze, silver, and gold. And there is a minimum entry age for all these 3 levels, that is 14, 15, and 16 years respectively. In this award, young people, that is children, have to pursue 3 activities from the areas of skill, physical recreation, and service. We also take them on adventurous journey as a part of this award. The basic aim behind taking them on adventurous journey is to make them step out of their comfort zone and to teach them teamwork. IAYP projects. We take some IAYP projects like adult literacy, literacy for underprivileged children, cleanliness campaign. And again, through these projects, we try to inculcate in our children connectivity with the community. Coming to Model United Nations, that is MUN. MUNs is a replica of United Nations, wherein students role play delegates and they simulate UN committees. Some global issues are given to them. They resolve those global issues, and through MUNs, they develop skills, they develop life skills, and such as research and negotiations, thinking and presenting arguments, cooperation, and collaboration. Our girls have been participating in various MUNs at international as well as national levels. And no doubt, MUN has helped our girls in developing their personality, in developing their interactive as well as communication skills. Round Square membership. Once again, I take pride in announcing that Mody School is one of the global members of Round Square. Our girls have been participating in various Round Square conferences in India as well as abroad. And Round Square has also helped in improving their personality, has helped in teaching them social as well as communication skills. At Mody School, we believe that learning happens at its best when it is globally exchanged. So we offer exchange programs for teachers as well as students. As you all know that each and every girl, not only a girl, each and everybody has some or the other interest, some or the other hobbies. So to pursue hobbies, pursue their interest, we have clubs. These are the clubs which we have. We have social service clubs, performing arts, chemist, futuristic design, interact club, debate, app designing, home science and photography and nature. Every Saturday, 1 hour club period is given to our girls wherein they can pursue their activities, their interest, and they all learn during their club during their club time with fun. You can have a glance at this picture. This is an action-filled year. That means throughout the year, we keep our girls engaged in one or the other activities. They enjoy and learn from their experiences. As you know that everybody has some views, some opinions, some expressions, some emotions. So we give our girls a substantial platform through school publications to express their views, their opinions and emotions. We have our school publications as Pratibha, Vignettes and the Chattering Manas. Hands that serve are the most beautiful. Yes, very true. Mody School believes in aristocracy of service. Social service is very close to our heart. We strive to develop hearts that never harden. Our girls every week go out for social service. I would like to inform you that recently we have adopted a school named as Bal Seva Sadan. It's just opposite to our school. It is basically for underprivileged kids, and every week our girls are going there, and they have pledged that now they would work for the upliftment of those kids because they are underprivileged. They do not have the facility of clothing. They do not have the facility of books. They do not have any other facilities which they are getting over with, which our girls are getting. So now they have committed that they will work for the upliftment of those kids, and they go there, they teach them martial arts, they teach them painting, they teach them dance, and they share their emotions, they talk to them, and now they have developed a sense of connectivity with those kids. Reading, best way to pass the time. Yes, reading is one of the important steps in language learning. Reading is a skill which needs to be developed. So for that, we organize a dear period wherein our girls drop everything and read. We also organize book fairs in which our girls can choose books of their own choice. Midterm expeditions. The midterm expedition is held after final examination, and usual destinations are wildlife sanctuaries, forest reserves, trekking in the mountains, river rafting, and few places of historical interest. This is compulsory for everybody. This is compulsory for all the students, and I would here like to request you, please do not give any extra money to your children because we give them sufficient pocket money. Do not give any cell phones to them because teachers who escort them carry mobile phones with them, and they will keep you updated with their well-being. I would like to tell you one more thing over here, that please, when you drop your children over here, please add 2 items in their kit list, that is a sleeping bag as well as a rucksack, because they would be needing it in March when they'll go on these expeditions. Besides academic activities, we also lay importance on sports. Each and every Mody girl realizes her potential on the sports field. We offer games like basketball, football, karate, hockey, horse riding, volleyball, chess, athletics, yoga, gymnastics, badminton, and tennis. I would like to tell you about the daily schedule of the sports. We have in summer, morning sports timing is 5:30 a.m. and in winters it is 6:20 a.m. and it is compulsory for everybody. Evening sports timing, herein children can opt for a game and they can regularly go to practice that particular game. Summer, the timing would be 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. and in winter it would be 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. We have various intra-school tournaments, that is inter-house competitions, wherein our girls keep on participating. They also participate in competitions which are held at state level, which are organized by IPSC, CBSE, and they also participate in various other invitation tournaments. And these are the categories in which they participate, that is under 14, under 17, and under 19. These are our achievements in the last year. 15 Mody girls played state tournament. They won gold medal in basketball and in tennis at district level. They won bronze medal in hockey at district tournament. They won silver medal in badminton, again at district level. Bronze medal in basketball in IPSC tournament. And once again I take pride in informing everybody that 40 students have participated in national team. We also offer scholarship for sports students. If a child is one-time SGFI national player, we award 50,000 rupees. If she is two-time SGFI national player, we award 60,000 rupees. And if she has played in international tournament organized by SGFI, we award her with 50,000 rupees. That's all from my side. I would now like to call upon Ms. Poonam Sharma, who will give you an insight on performing arts. Thank you so much.
Dear parents, I'll keep coming in between. There's something else that I would like to add. The school remains closed on every Thursday for dance, art, music, drama, and library teachers. This is done so that these teachers are available for the girls on Sunday when they have no academic studies. So on a Sunday, when a child gets up at her own time, she has a little late breakfast and she has the whole day to spend. She can get back to the school complex and she can pursue her hobby, whichever she wants. She can dance the whole day, she can play instruments the whole day, she can get into the library and read, she can do painting, she can do music, dance, whatever she feels like. So it's by design that we have made Thursday an off day for our teachers so that our girls can enjoy these facilities even on Sunday. So I would like you to encourage the girls to read, to get into these, and to enhance their potential, which may be latent, which even you may not realize that they have. Over to Poonam now.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaskar, parents. I'm going to tell about something cultural events and cultural activities in the school. We at Mody School provide dance and music as an optional subject for the class 11th and 12th. Not only subject, but interested students can make a career out of them. Speak Meke. The school is associated with Society for Promotion of Indian Classical Music and Culture amongst Youth. you can see Speak Make program. Students who are talented in the arts and provided with learning aptitude scholarships. Moreover, the Guru Shishya Parampara, introduced by the Speak Make, provides an opportunity for the students to learn under the guidance of the great artists in their workshops. We are soon going to be associated with the famous Trinity College, London. During Founders' Day, we put musical, ballet, and exhibitions. We are associated with Rotary Club, member of IPSC, and we are going to host the IPSC Music Fest in the month of November. Thank you. I would like to call Ms. Sujata Bhatt. Thank you so much.
I'm coming now to the last segment of this presentation, which is to make you familiar with this book, which all of you would be getting. This is the student's book of code, ethics, and policies, and it has got the A to Z of rules and regulations, which are very, very detailed, and you will find it very informative also. The point is, it has to be followed in spirit, because whatever is mentioned here is for maintaining the discipline and the decorum of Mody School and the Mody School girl. Discipline, of course, is at the core of our system. And without discipline, the center falls apart. There is just nothing that remains intact. So discipline is very, very important. And this is actually a book which lets you know at each and every point of your daughter's stay here what she is expected to do and how she is expected to behave and what awards and rewards she will merit if she is at the top of her work. We have to be, again, as I said, on the same page as far as maintaining of discipline and decorum is concerned, because if we are, in any way not going to be thinking along the same lines, I'm afraid it is not going to work, because this is a very, very challenging task. Molding and shaping characters of young girls today is in fact an uphill task, but of course with you aboard, all of you as parents, as guardians, as well-wishers, if you are aboard and if you are thinking along the same lines as we are, I'm sure we are all going to be successful in our endeavor. There are some things which the school prohibits the children from keeping. As ma'am has already told you, no money is to be given to the children. We are in fact going cashless. So there is no need in fact for the child to have any kind of money with her at all. Debit cards, credit cards, expensive items of jewelry, electronic items, digital items, laptops, tablets, mobile phones, these are not permitted for the children to keep. They are not allowed to possess them. They, in fact, we have a very stringent rule in place. If they are caught with mobile phones, a penalty of rupees 5,000 is imposed upon her, and she is issued a yellow card, which is a card which is given to a child who is caught for any kind of indisciplinary act. All this is there in the book in more detail. So when you read it, you will find that, everything there, every little detail is mentioned.
Yeah. Parents, please read this book thoroughly. The first time your child is going to be caught with a mobile phone or any illegal item, whether it's an intoxicated substance or it's liquor. There is no tolerance policy towards intoxicated substances in school. Your child will be expelled, whatever be the case. There is no tolerance to bullying. If your child happens to be bullying others, she will be expelled. As far as the disciplinary cards are there are 2 disciplinary cards that have been instituted. The first time she's going to be caught with a mobile phone, there will be 5,000 rupees as a punishment. It will be debited from her personal account, and she will be put on a warning. The second time she's caught with a mobile phone, it will be a 10,000 penalty, and she will be sent home for a 2-week suspension. And the third time, if there is any such incident, she will be packed back home. We will not keep this child on campus. And we are very, very firm with these rules. I would like to also share my thoughts with you people that children who are in class 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, they cannot get expensive mobile phones like iPhones or maybe a Samsung phone to school unless you have given them. So somewhere, if these children are being caught, you are aware of it. And sometimes when we go into the depth or the history of the phone, we find that the child has actually been talking to the mother or father or chatting with the mother and father. I request you to please not indulge in this kind of indiscipline with your own child. You would not be doing any good to your own child. And then if you do such things and you put them and you expect the Mody School to do wonders, I would have to say, sorry, we can't help you out. As I said initially, that you and we are equally important stakeholders in the development of the child. So you are requested. Well, I'm really not cracking a joke. If you're coming to the Mody School, you really need to be serious and listening. You need to be serious about these disciplinary rules. And please forbid your child to carry any such thing. Check the luggage. You know, they are in a stage. They are 13, 14, 15, 16 years old. They are tempted. They get swayed. When the child comes to school, it is your responsibility to go through the luggage. There may be times when you don't know what the child has put inside the luggage. वो छुप छुपा के कहीं से एक छोटा मोबाइल रख लेगी. बच्चा है. It's your responsibility thereafter to check the luggage and to ensure what the child is carrying. When she comes to school, we will open up everything and we will check it. But we both have to do it for the security of the child. They are all girl children. We have to be extra careful. The second disciplinary card that Sujata just spoke about, she said there are some cards instituted, is a red card. If your child does not perform academically well, we will put her on remedial classes, but we will give her a red card. A red card is actually a card which is a warning card. The child is not doing academically well. The parent is informed about the red card. The parent is also informed about the yellow card. And in case she does not improve and does not perform well, we will try to give her one-on-one attention. But there may be times if she does not live up to the expectations of the schools, because the standard of the school is pretty high, she may have to be detained in the class. So it is my request to you, when you speak to your child, speak to her and tell her she has to do well on all fronts. It's quite possible that she may be very high on sports and she may be very low on academics. We do not expect every child to be excellent in every field, but there is a minimal amount that she has to do in every field. She has to qualify academically to move to the next class. And we are very, very serious about this. So you will be informed about the red cards, the yellow cards, and if your child falters again and again, and when we ask you to come and take her because she is on suspension, you are expected to drop everything and come and pick her up. Because she will not be allowed to attend classes. She will only be sitting in the reception area till you come to pick her up. These are certain things which don't sound very nice, but I need to speak them. I need to tell you all these things in the very, very beginning. Because we then need to speak to the girls. I will be speaking. Once you're gone and you've left the girls behind, and they are my girls, more of my girls, less of yours now, I will be meeting them in the mornings and the evenings for the next 2-3 days, and I will be speaking to them. We will ensure that they move on to the righteous path, the path that you want them to move on, and the path that the ethos of this school and the passion of Mr. Mody wants them to move on. So we will be speaking with them. They will cry, they will howl, they will even make up stories and tell you, this is not a school, good school, please pull me out. I can't stay here. They will make, and they will blackmail you. They will cry false tears. They are children. They are children. You have to be mentally prepared. And as I've been telling every parent that I have interacted with, please, the last time that you see your girl, when you leave today, do not see her with a tear in your eye, because that is a face she will remember. So you feel like crying, I understand from where those tears come out, but please move out of the gates and then cry as much as you wish to cry. There's no need to cry because you have put her in very safe hands. But I guess the emotions will come into practice and place, and maybe the tears will flow out. Yes, Sujata.
Yeah, I'm about to conclude now. At this is the last page of the book of code and ethics and policies of the student, and you have to please read the book very carefully, as our principal has told you, and only then put your signature and the signature of your daughter on this page. This page is then to be submitted to the warden, and we will keep a copy of it. So please make sure that you've read from A to Z everything which is there in the book very carefully, and only then put your signature to it. And I would now request, in fact, inform you, those of you, the first step, of course, is registration. So if your registration has been done, then the child sits for the evaluation, that assessment, which he has to take. If the test and the exam has also been done, then please collect the books, stationery, and the uniform. Get the hostel allotted, and you may drop the child and help her settle in the hostels. Of course, our lunch timings are from 1:30 to 2:30. You are most welcome to buy a coupon for yourself and have lunch with us in our dining hall. But please be very particular about the time. It is only from 1:30 to 2:30. It's just 1 hour that we have. After that, of course, you may always go to the cafeteria. So these are the various steps that you will have to follow before the day ends for you.
Thank you, Sujata.
Thank you, and I will now ask ma'am to
You
conclude
could
the
read
session.
the last line, which is over there. Allow my child to attend academic trips, midterm mountain climbing and programs within and outside the school. Now, there's nothing to panic over there. We get your children, our girls, medically tested before we send them. They are medically trained nurses who go. They are experts who are there, who climb hills. And once you sign this, you are authorizing the school to send your child to climb hills, which is compulsory. When a child climbs hills, she does not conquer the hills, but she conquers the fear in her own mind. We need to put them into situations which are out of their comfort zones, as Priyanka said, so that she learns to make decisions in those situations which are unknown to her, which is a very, very important part of growing up. And this is also compulsory, so it will be reflected on the result sheet, whether she's done the trip and how good she was on the trip. As Sujata, who's the head of pastoral care, she spoke to you that there is lunch in the next 1 hour and you should make a good of this. You must buy the coupons, test the food that your children are going to be eating. We will be eating. But before we call this off, is there any question which is there in any mind? I'm happy to address that, if there is any question. Is there any parent who wishes to ask me anything? However, if there is no question, you may still meet me in my office. I'm available even in the afternoon as well as in the evening. But if there is a question, I'm happy to address it. Beta, would you please pass the mic? So before I answer your question, ladies and gentlemen, it's compulsory for your child to have passports. They may be selected to be representing the school in international forums. They may get selected to go to the United Nations in America on a fully paid trip. You never know what opportunity comes in what child's way. If they don't have passports, we will be sending our girls back on the summer vacation. From the 7th of May till the 5th or 6th of July, they will be with you. 2 months is sufficient to get a passport made. Please ensure that children have Aadhaar cards and passports. This is mandatory by the school. We've already faced cases where children were selected, but the children could not go there because they did not have a valid passport. And the opportunity just lapsed because the waiting list did not have a Mody girl on its name. The next on the waiting list was not a Mody girl, but was a girl from some other school. So there will be opportunities. We are an elite organization, very traditionally rooted, but yet very modern in our approach. And with loads of opportunities coming the way of these girls, we have to ensure that they are prepared to avail these opportunities. Sir, I'd answer your question.
Sir, I wanted to know what is the policy of the school for the girls going out of the campus normally?
So in what sense would you like to know the quality? The emotional quality, the academic quality?
Going out of the campus.
Okay, so the policy as in you are asking about the outings.
Not the outings. Like I'm concerned whether they can be just allowed to go out whenever they feel like.
No.
Yeah.
They cannot move out of the campus. They will only move out of the campus when they are escorted. Either they move out with their parents, or in case there is some kind of a provision which is laid for them, then the teachers or the wardens will escort them. They are not allowed to go outside the gates even to visit any marketplace. Whatever they want, whether it's a toiletry or any other stuff, they have to just list it to the warden. The warden ensures it is brought from outside and given to the child. So whatever is their requirement, it is met with. Yes, there are times when we take our girls to Jaipur, we take them to Salasar, we take them for little ventures, little outings, or maybe a weekend out. They're all escorted, they're all taken care of. I would like to re-emphasize that security is very, very important to us. Our girls do go out on weekly basis. So we have 850 girls, so you can imagine almost every day there's a bus load of girls, maybe 2 buses going out to the school we have adopted to do social service. The teachers are along with them. There are male escorts also, which are within the teaching staff, who are with them. So that is not at all a concern for us.
I'm happy to note.
Thank you, sir. Any other question, please? Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. In prospectus, it was written MP3 player without video. It
Sorry?
was allowed. MP3 player
Yeah.
without video.
Yes.
It was allowed. So whether it is allowed
So
or
MP3 player without a video, without any internet connection, which means the basic model is allowed, which can be given to the warden, and the warden only gives the child on a Saturday evening. So it's only on a Saturday evening she can listen to music. Most of the girls who are here, because we don't have class 10 and 11 girls because their board exams are still on. So the girls who are sitting here and the parents who are here mostly are for the younger kids. I would advise do not give them MP3 players. I would advise that till she learns to become responsible, till she learns to take care of her belongings, and she learns to manage the keys of her almirah, she is going to be losing the keys at least 5 to 7 times. 5 to 7 times will end up breaking the lock. I know that for certain. They are children. They haven't done this before. They are not so responsible. So I would advise to not give anything which is valuable, including fancy earrings. They will be changing clothes 3 to 4 times. They will be in a hurry taking them off, putting them on. And in the process, something will fall off somewhere. So try avoiding anything in gold. try avoiding any expensive gadgetry, which is also not allowed by the school, and try avoiding giving them even a single penny of money. You pay the fee, that is more than enough for us. We take care of the girls. Any other question, please?
Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, do you have any preparation classes for average students on Sundays or after school hours at?
Yeah.
After school hours, it may be, but is it on Sundays also?
So we believe that every child, every girl needs a day off. You know, just imagine if we had to drum you constantly, 24/7, where would be the respite? You would also, God made Sunday to rest. Now, we want our girls to do what they love doing on Sundays. Now, it could be dance, music, reading, or even just chatting up with their friends over a cup of coffee in one of our cafeterias. We need to let them recoup the energies which they have lost over a period of those 6 days when we have driven them mad, making them run from one side to the other side, making them do all possible kind of exercises, academic and physical. Yes, there are remedial classes on daily basis. And in case your child does not submit the assigned work given to her as homework, she will be put on detention, which will happen on a Sunday. And very, very painfully, we will have to call her to the school building when everybody else will be sleeping because she did not submit her assignment on that particular weekday. So detention classes are there where she will sit on her own, not under the guidance of a teacher. The teacher would be only supervising but not guiding her with her work because that work she has to do on her own. But otherwise, when we after our results, every examination that is held, we have result analysis, whereby a picture of the child is put up with her marks, and all concerned stakeholders who are dealing with the child, they sit down and they talk about the child's progress in every field, on every aspect. And we find out that the child is exceptionally well in one area but is not doing well in the other area. Then these girls are put into small groups and they are assigned to particular teachers. Now, those teachers may end up, because we are a residential school, those teachers may end up visiting their hostel in the evening, calling them out and maybe giving them extra time. But we will not take that time out of their sports. They have to play. You have to understand that we run a boarding school. If the girls are not going to be tired at the end of the day, we are really going to have a tough time. We'll be running around throughout the night, and we don't wish to do that. Any other question, please? Yeah. Class 9 parents whose children are coming into class 9, early mornings, there will be Akash classes. You've been told that we are moving away from the CCE pattern where you had formative examinations and summative examination. And Akash classes will be compulsory because the board has now realized that the system which was prevalent in my and your time was a great system. And they have reverted back to it. Which means, if you remember, we gave the full syllabus examination at the end of the year. Well, something like that is going to happen, and our children are not prepared because they are coming from an examination system where they get a 10 on 10 CGPA, but in 2 chapters at a time. So they're not prepared. To help them come out of the situation and to get used to that kind of load, Akash classes will be compulsory for class 9 and 10 to cope up with the math, science learning, which they are not used to under the CCE system. So we will be communicating with you people regarding the Akash classes. It's the lunch time, and as you've been told, lunch is only from 1:30 to 2:30. We'll all be skipping lunch in case. I'll take one last question now. Well, I don't see any hands. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I hope the girls have a wonderful stay in the Mody School. Welcome, Mody girls, and welcome, parents.